So next we are today we are going to discuss about the MDF foundation objects. Share my screen. So in the last class we discussed about the corporate data model. Okay. Next in that corporate data model we have different objects. So what is the backend? Okay, this is the backend corporate data model. These are the 17 objects it will supported by success corporate data model. And this is the front end tool manage our page. After here we can manage this all application. Okay. Next, this country specific corporate data model, it will support only one corporate address. Once this completed, we can move to MDF object. So go to system. That also same like corporate data model. We have to download the corporate data model and XML templates both are same. Okay, don't confuse. So import. So import export country specific XML corporate data model. See, this is the tool. So here we are searching, right? These options, what is the options we can see, right? Here we can call tool or applications. Okay. So this is tool or application. So this application we can use to maintain the corporate data model objects. So go to export. Okay. So here, if compare with corporate data model, in the corporate data model, here we saw a different type of HRA segment. Okay, like location, parent, pay grade, those type. When you click on that, it will route to that particular HRS. And but here it is the list of countries. Each one is one country. See here, first it will be the USA. When you click on that, DEU, that means so under this country, okay. So HRS element is there. Okay, only the corporate address. There is no other HRS. Mean each country one HRS element it will support. That is the corporate address. This is related to DEU country. Same like if you see here, this is the country USA and HRS element corporate address. If you go to the table view, so we can see total list of countries here. See country specific fields. Click on plus yes, different countries is there. Each country, how many HRS elements support? You can see here only one, that one corporate address. Under corporate address, what are the fields is there? So address one, address two, address three, city like that. So these information where we can see. Okay, this is the backend. In front end where we can see. This is also XML foundation object, right? Go to our page job structure. Okay, go to manage arc page app structure. Click on that manage arc page app structure. There is no separate application here. Nothing, right? So this application, okay, this corporate address, okay, it is depending on location. Okay, this application we can see under the location. So each application there is a separate is mute button. Okay, so the corporate address there is no specific application. This object it is depending on location. So if you go to location object here, this is a location, right? Under location you can see business address. This is also interview question. So content specific corporate data model, what are how many or what are the objects it will support? So we need to tell only one object, that is the corporate data model. Where we can see that corporate address, is there any specific application in the front end? No, there isn't any specific. This corporate address we can see under the location. So how you can see? I mean, go to the location, select a particular country, for example, United States. These are the fields. See here, if you go to this one, address two, but here address three, it is not coming. That means, see address three, what is the visibility? None. None mean it is not required. They don't want to see this field in the in this application. If you wanted to enable, just click on that field, go to source. We can keep both and we can re-import into system. Okay. In this way, we can do for what are the countries are in scope in that project. So, for example, we are doing one project that is only India related. Okay. Then we can go for only India. Select here India. How many fields is there? These are the fields for India. So go to table view. So we will check only for India. Remaining countries we can ignore. So INA. So what is the HRS element? It will support corporate data model. Total how many fields is there? This is the fields for India. Address 1, address 2, address 3. Town, city is there. This is the backend IDs of the field. So if you go to here, you can see the label. Town and city. This is the town and city, like that. So in the table view, we can see only these IDs of the field. City, address 2, like that. So what are the values we are seeing, right? That is the field technical IDs. We can't see the label here. Okay. If you want to see the label, just click here. Address 1, it support it maintained for these many countries. If you take US UK employees, it will display like this. For US employees, they can see like this. For other countries, this is a or just one field names. Okay. So please practice on this, just like a corporate data model. Okay, just try to change for at least one or two countries level. Okay, so just go to any country. So select HRS element, go to field level. So for example, this is the address 3, right? This is address 3. We already maintained that one both before none is there. Okay, then you can save. We can re-import into the system. So now we only before importing only we can see address 1 and address 2. Once import, okay, can refresh. Address 3 enabled, right? So like this, we can do the field level changes for at corporate data model. So most of time, okay, it will be the they any client they will use the standard one only. Okay. Some clients only they wants to change that label. So what are the changes they will ask? For example, zip. So province. So normally we can call state, right? Some clients they will call the province. Some client, some country people they will call the zip code or postal code or pin code, like country based. Those type of label changes maybe there is a chance to ask. Okay, otherwise remaining all the same standard. And next coming to association part we will discuss to later. Okay, once completed MDF objects, this is called association. How to map between the other objects, location object example and company object. Okay, we will discuss later once completed the MDF objects. Next, so this is the XML and corporate, that is the corporate data model and content specific corporate data model related. And so associations. So this we will discuss later. This is corporate data model where we can give the permissions, manage foundation data, go to the manage permissions role, okay, and go to manage foundation data. Here we can give the mass import permission and import and export corporate data model, import and export country specific corporate data model. When you enable these checkboxes, then only we can search, can see these options in the search box. Okay. So next, if you see here, when you enable this these two checkboxes, it will be appears like this. Import and export option. We can see this application. Next, manage foundation objects. Okay, this manage foundation objects. If we see here, we can control view, create, insert, correct, and delete. These permissions we can control for XML foundation objects in manage foundation objects. Okay, here we will give the mass import permission, import and export XML template permissions we can give. Manage foundation objects type. So we can enable these checkboxes based on the role. Okay. Next, these options we can say. Okay, based on that permissions, what are the permissions here, right? Based on that permissions we can able to see the list of objects here. Once give the permission, so the application we can able to select this. We can enter the manual. We can enter the data manually, and we can save the record. So if you wanted to mask data mask loading, so this is application import foundation data. So we can download the empty template and we can maintain the data and we can load. So next, each object if you see in the corporate data model, it will start with HRS element, end with HRS element. Each field we already discussed, and in this way we can add the pick list. This is the association part and such criteria we will discuss later. So in the interview there is a chance to ask the what is the field attribute. Okay, that means if you see the visibility types, total three types is there: none, view, both, right? These three types it will be visibility and required true or false. Next, coming to the MDF object. Okay, this MDF objects we can call with other name, that is the generic object, GO. So here the total list. This is the list of MDF objects. This is also standard objects. Okay, we can do the modification as per the workbook's requirement. This is the backend where we can do the configuration. Regarding these MDF objects, we don't require any XML template. Okay, and where what is the front end tool? Once the application it is ready, where you can manage that application under the manage data. Okay, first we will go with the legal entity. Okay, what is the tool name? Configure object definition. So go to search here, object, configure object definition. So here you can select object definition. Next, the first one is the legal entity, mean company. So this is the legal entity. The country-wide legal entities is the we will not use. Only legal entity we will use. So this is the application for legal entity. So in front end, manage data. So this is the back end. These are the fields. All it will be like this. Okay. So once that changes, field level changes completed here in the front end, how it will be appears. If you see here, legal entity. This is the application for legal entity. So these fields we need to enable as per the workbook. If you see the back end, some standard fields is there. Okay, some associations is there. These and all that is depending on client we can enable. Okay, up to this, up to object to category, these and all that objective related attributes. So here the code is each application, each object, same like XML object. Here also we can see the ID or code. This is the standard one. We should not touch. Okay. This application is already given by SuccessFactors. No need to build new application from scratch. Okay. What are the fields they would like to add or remove? Just changes only we will do here. Okay. Here effective dating. So basic different type of effective dating is there. Okay, basic from date, none, multiple changes per day. That means basic mean this is a independent record. Object independent object location is the it is an independent object. If you take the from parent, that is the dependent. For example, so travel request and claim. So once we visited some business trips or some business trips, other trips, we can claim the amount, right? So claim amount. This claim amount, when you can claim, when you go to on travel request, some trip, right? Without a trip, you can't claim, right? You can't show the bills, this and all. So first we have to complete the some trip, that may be business or some client visit or business oriented, whatever. Okay. After that, we can claim that this is some hotel expenses, food related, transport, like that. Okay. So this is the custom application. This is the custom application. So this is the parent one. So here we can. This is the dependent, independent one. Here we can take basic. But this is a child one. So here we can take from parent. Is it clear? Basic from parent. So based on the travel trip, we can claim amount. So in this case, we need to create a separate custom application. These two is not available in the system. So we have to build these two application with one is the basic info, basic effective dating, and second one is the from parent. So like that, legal entity is the basic one. It is not depending on any other objects. API visibility. So it will be always editable because sometimes this application they wants to map with backend other third party system or SAP HR system. So then it should be the editable. The next one is that this application status it will be active, and MDF versions history related option here. Default screen it is not required, and the label is the what is the label here? Legal entity, right? This label here, this is the main heading. I'm going to change this is the label from legal entity to company. We have to translate also. And then save the changes. Just I have changed the main application name. Okay, and you can refresh. See, the company name has been changed. Before it is the legal entity. So when you change the label here, the application name has been changed. Okay, next one. So here also same. If you understand for one application settings, the remaining all the same. Next description is the optional one. Remaining also all optional. Next, what are the fields is there? Right? If the fields is starting from here, okay. So if you go to the what is the fields start with MDF? That is the system generated fields. Okay, we will not use. We can ignore those MDF related fields. What are the text, external code, name, country of origin? So these are the fields, standard fields. Okay. If you wanted to add any custom fields, see the empty box in the last. Okay. You can type, just we can type, for example, mm, uh, otherwise just test field. Okay. When you enter something, the field, like a field ID, cust underscore, it will take automatically. We are not entering any cust underscore like that. We enter just, if you click on that box, this is our text. But system, it will add cust underscore test field. Okay. And here different type of data types is it. This field, how it should be acted, like a text and number, or automatic number generation, auto complete, or auto number. Boolean mean, it will, this field, it will like behave as a drop down values. Boolean, it will give the two values only, yes or no. When you select Boolean here, that field, it give the yes or no options. Globe, we never use this one. I don't have idea. We'll check. And data source, and date and time, decimal, enum, numbers related, pick list related, foundation, XML foundation. For example, in this field, you would like to see the location data. How many locations is there? Just all locations you would like to see in this field. Okay, that also you can show. So this is the up to what is the data is available. These are the fields is there. Okay. So here default location already is there. Under default location, these are the locations. How many locations already created in the manage RPA structure? All the locations we can see here. How it is happening. So this is, we created these records, we created in the manage RPA structure, but it is coming to the company application. That means if you go to field level, so default location, this is the field is there. See here, what is the data type they taken? Foundation object. Go to details. See location. The data type is the, they taken the foundation. So that means system saying to this field, okay, you act as a foundation object. You have to take the data from location. This location, can go to corporate data model. Okay, table view. HRS element. See, this is the location. What is the ID here? Location, all small letters. Same as this, we have to copy this ID and we need to use at this field level. Same as this, without a single mistake also. For example, sometimes we will enter the capital L. Those type of change, mistakes also it will not, based on that this data only, the data automatically it will come. So for example, I don't want this location data, I need some other data. So for example, what are the objects we have? Other objects, go to pay grade values. I need these pay grade values. So this is the pay grade values already available in the system. Some go to Oracle job structure. Here you can select pay grade. These are the values are available in the system. In real time, this data it will provided by client. Okay. First, our job is we have to make this application should be the ready. After that, this all data it will provided by client. We can mass import. Okay. So I need this data instead of this location. Okay. We will check. So first we need to check what is the ID for that pay grade. This is the ID, right? The pay grade application in the backend, it will start with HRS field. This is the application main name, right? This is the ID. If you see here, pay small letters, G capital, RAD, remaining all small letters. Just we can copy, go to make corrections, go to default location. Okay, this is the foundation object. Pay grade is the foundation object. Here, the foundation object. So if you remove this location, okay, I'm going to remove this one and I'm going to keep pay grade. So based on that pay grade, this ID, based on this ID, we prepared, this is the backend, front end application. Here, this ID map and these are the values. Okay, these values, it will be appears into this field in the company. So I'm going to save this backend. ID is the key role. Okay, we can, maybe this is a standard valid value is not changed. Okay, that is the standard field. It will not. We can try for other fields. Okay, we can add some custom field and I will try to show that data. Go to make corrections. I'm going to add one field, test pay rate. This is the field we added. Sorry, this is the under location association we added. It is not here. So here, these are the fields. Okay, under fields, we should add here pay grade. So this ID we can give anything. Okay, normally we can give the relevant name. Okay, so when you click on outside the cost underscore, it will be added default. So next I'm going to select length. It will take system default. So here I'm going to select foundation object. Okay, go to details. So here I'm going to take pay grade ID. Go to here. This is the pay grade and pay grade. Okay. Just save. So we added one custom field, and that custom field data type we selected foundation object. In that foundation object, in that field, what type of data should be appears. So we taken that pay grade ID, right? We mapped with pay grade ID. Now go to manage data. You can refresh, scroll down here. That is the pay grade. Okay. So see here, pay grade. These are the values only, right? Above manager, broadband 1.2. So if you see here, so above manager. So this data coming from this application manage archive option, because these what are the records we created, those records mapped with pay grade ID. If you take that ID, the data it will comes under, we can able to see in this field. Not only XML foundation, you can able to see MDF objects data also. So for example, uh, if you take go to manage data, okay, company here. So right now these many companies list is there. Okay, if you wanted to see these companies list in particular country, particular field, so I would like to change from pay grade to companies list. Okay, what is the backend? This is the backend for company. So this is the backend for company. This is the code, right? So the MDF objects. This is the backend application configuration object definition. Okay, we have to take the code from here. If we take business unit, okay, this is the business unit and the backend code and business unit related fields. So I would like to show here the business data from this drop down menu. Okay, so this is the ID I'm taking, business B capital U capital, same as this I'm going to copy. Now I'm going to okay, company, take action, make corrections. So what are the custom field we added, right? This is the custom field we added, pay grade. So here we need to select the generic object. That is not a foundation object, right? So business unit division, this and all. If you see these object, business unit, location, these and all MDF objects are generic objects. So we need to select the generic object here, go to details, and we need to replace this valid value source with business unit. So when you take this, when you select the data type generic object and select the value valid source as business unit ID, it will take the data business unit, right? From manage data, the data will take and we can able to see that the drop down values. So I'm going to say done. Save the data. So can't create the custom field criteria for the okay. Check. Okay. So go to manage data here. Okay. Go to business unit. So what are the records available? BU something here, right? Business unit. So we can go to company. So in this application, now you can see under these are the values. You see what are the values it is coming? Business unit related because we changed the field backend mapping ID. So before we map to this field pay grade, now we map to business unit, right? So that's why we can see the business unit data. So yes, this one we need to refresh this one. Okay, okay, business unit data it is coming. So like that. So if you wanted to add some pick list values for this, okay, go to take action. So instead of generic object, here we can take pick list. Okay. So instead of data type up to now we taken foundation object, some generic object, right? Now I am taking the pick list. So go to pick list center. So yesterday we created one pick list, right? What is the pick list name we created? Test something we created. So I would like to take some any pick list here. Otherwise, so change region. I would like to take this one. So what are the values here? These are the values here. This is the code. Okay, just what is the code here? Just that code I'm going to select. I'm going to backend in the company. So what is the grade? What is the field we created? That is the field, custom field. So I'm going to change that valid values. That means now data will take from this pick list ID. So it's showing like a date related. Sometimes the records is not available from this date. That's why it is coming. You can delete that one. Now go to manage data. You can refresh. Okay. Scroll down. Go to this custom field. See update, new, deactivate. Right. These are the pick list values. So only three is there, right? But here we can see only three. but here we can see 4, but here that's why here this is the inactivated one, so that's why it is not coming. If you wanted to see this also, you can activate, save, then you can see, you can refresh. You can see the fourth one also. Okay, this is the pick list. So if you wanted to show as a attachment or a boolean yes or no options, you can see, go to manage page option, configuration object definition. We came to legal entity. Here now the type is, the data type is the pick list, right? Instead of pick list, I am selecting this boolean. So when you select the boolean, it is not required to maintain the valid value source. Okay, I'm going to done. I'm going to save changes. Okay, so you can refresh. See, now this field behave as a yes or no drop down values. The boolean mean that is the hard coded values. It will give only yes or no. I would like to show you a few more options on the same field. So I would like to show this field as a attachment field. See the attachment, just the data type I have selected attachment. No need to select valid value source. This value added source, when we can select, mean when we will enter, when you select the pick list, or when you select the foundation, when you select the generic only. Okay, remain for remaining type of fields, it is not required. Okay, we can refresh. Okay, manage data company. In this field, see, now it will behave as a attachment. We can click and we can attach some any document. We can upload. So these many types of documents it will allow to attach. So this has been attached. If you wanted to update one more time, or it will be replaced, or we can delete. Okay. Next, go to here. So I'm going to show you a few more data types. If you select auto complete auto number, we didn't use that auto complete under for CLOB. You can try, and auto number we will see how it will behave the system. Remaining, these are the very rare case we will not use normally auto number this and all. Just there is options. Okay, so now go to manage data. Leave this. So when you save the record, the number will be automatically, it will be generated. We'll see that. So something I'm going to create. Otherwise, I would like to create SBI. Okay. Okay, so this we need to translate. So it's like say. So this is mean that is the required field. Some star mark field we are missing. That's why it gives the error message. We need to select India here and save. When you save the record, see the system generated one ID. So automatically it will generate one ID. That is the auto number. And if you want to change this field the length, right now it will allow only 32 characters. So if you wanted to change 38, okay, currently it will allow 38. If you wanted to change 100 or something, we can change here. And remaining this is not required. Just we can see right now this is a read only mode. Okay, when you select the auto number, automatically it will change to read only because or the data type is the auto number. It will generated by system. Okay, that's why it will take. If you want to change that field as a star mark field, just we can keep yes here. This is the field label. Right now the label is pay grade, right? We can change here. I'm changing to new field. Okay, done. Save changes. Okay, can refresh. See, the field label was changed. Okay, okay. Go to scroll down. Go to the field. The field ID once you created with some ID, you can't able to change the ID. System it will not allow. Okay, so we I'm going to change this to. We'll see how it will behave. CLOB globe. Okay, so now go to manage data. Select company here. So this is become as a read mode. So it's showing as a star mark one. So you can change to read only to right now that is the read only. We are changing to from read only to editable. Done and save changes. Okay, now go to manage data. So make corrections. See, when you select globe data type, it giving like a some comment box. It will allow some text. So here we can see the count also, how many letters is uh, we can able to enter. So it mean it's showing the color wide. When you reach the maximum, it will show the red color like that. That is the behavior of that data type. So you can try with a different type of data types and go with workbooks. CAC workbook, foundation data. This is the legal entity requirement. You can take as a reference. Okay, we have to first, once we receive this workbook, first we have to remove the filter and keep the filter, and we have to select only yes options. Yes mean what are the fields they required in that application. Only we have to filter, remaining no or hide we don't require. And you can search here the external code. You can select this field ID and go to configuration object definition and company. So this is a company related requirement. You can go to take action. You can search here. This is the field. Okay, fine. What is the requirement they are giving? This is the field label given by success factor. But client they are asking I required company ID. So we will see. So go to the field opposite. There is a detailed option. Just click on the detail option. So go to here label. So right now it is enabled as success factor label, but client asking this is the label. Just copy this label and paste here. Okay, this is at a label level, translation level. It is already company ID only. Okay, we can keep the same. Okay, and done. And next one, length, visibility, and star mark one. So we can check what is the length here. This is length. It is correct. Visibility. What is the visibility here? Yes. Yes mean they would like to see that field and they can able to enter the data also. Okay, that is the editable, that is fine. And mandatory, yes, mandatory mean required. Here required is the mandatory. You can select yes. So like this we need to check each and every field way. The same activities what we did in the XML, here we will do in the details option. That's it. Now go to name field. This is the name one. Okay, so what is the length? 90 characters. Okay, the second field is the name related. We need to compare with this field. So length it is correct 90. Okay, the next one is the data type. It is the translatable. So yes, this is the translatable details. What is the label here? Legal entity name is there, but client they required. company name, just we can copy paste here and we can translate it. Company name. Next, the field should be editable and visible. It should be appear and editable. So if they require only view, they will give the clearly view like that. Okay, then we can, when they give the view, then we can select read only. Okay, when you keep the read only, it will not allow to enter the data manually. Okay, so right now I'm going to editable, keep the editable. Next, label and the mandatory, no, it is not a mandatory field. Then we can keep required, no. Okay, so like this we can do the changes as per the business requirement. So try to do the some changes at a one or two application level as a take as a homework. Okay, I hope you have the workbook, right? You can follow that workbook and try to do, and you can practice on different type of data types as well. Okay, date related, string related, generic object related, foundation objects related. Okay, now go to here. After we are changing, right, field label or whatever, we can see in the front end. Before it is the legal entity ID is there. Now we change it to the company ID, company name. Up to this, anyone have any doubts? So please practice on this. Okay, if you have any doubts, we will discuss tomorrow. Okay, thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.